Hello, I'm Linda Jansen with Families in Global Transition, and I'd like to welcome you to our sponsor spotlight for our longtime silver sponsor, American Psychologist. With me are Mark Burdick and Stephen DeMille. Welcome. I'd like to start first, Mark, I'll go with you. Let us know a little bit about yourself, your business, and what you do.
Thanks, Linda, so much. I'm Dr. Mark Burdick. I'm a licensed psychologist in the US, in the EU, and in the UK. So I have 3 continents to my name. And what I do is assess, evaluate, and place young people and young adults and adults into programs. What are programs? Programs are life experiences. We live programs, our education, our family, all of these are programs, but programs can be specialized so they provide emotional, therapeutic value. Sometimes addiction is an issue, so you have to look for addiction type of programs. And I've devoted my life. I started as a TASIS alumni and worked my way up through school and clinical and forensic psychology to be at this point where I could help international families to provide them with the emotional and therapeutic needs that they have for solutions. So the solutions that I have provided, one of which is with Redcliffe Ascent and the Ascent programs, is a formidable collaborator of mine. So when I look at what programs are out there, always my first choice is looking at Redcliffe and saying, is this a Redcliffe kid? Because if it is, there's a solution for the therapeutic piece. And kids suffer from emotional therapeutics, addiction needs, of course, and Redcliffe is there. Stephen?
Yes, and so hello, thank you, Linda and Mark. So my name is Stephen DeMille. I am a clinician and a director for an outdoor youth program. I've been working in mental health for a number of years, and one of my interests with Families in Global Transition is providing greater access for families and for adolescents who maybe have a harder time accessing resources to support their family with their emotional, behavioral, mental health needs. And for the last, probably 10 or 15 years, Dr. Burdick and myself, we've been collaborating and trying to come up and strategize on ways that we can help families access services. And, Mark talked about some of the services that he provides with assessment and placement. And my role in this is I consult with and work primarily at an outdoor mental health treatment facilities where we take adolescents, young adults, and give them adventure and outdoor experiences, help them grow and mature and develop, and help them learn some of the skills and competencies that maybe they haven't to that point in their life. But also, I also try to support, various schools that have therapeutic support for kids that are struggling academically, or residential treatment centers. And so that's a little bit about my interest and my work with Mark and trying to support families and particularly adolescents who are struggling at different phases of their life.
Thank you. Well, FIGT really appreciates the support of our sponsors because we rely on our members and especially the investment made by our sponsors to continue the work we do in the global community. So I'd like to ask you, what made you decide to sponsor and partner with FIGT?
Well, I can kick that off by saying I needed a home with a group of individuals who were like me and like kind. I'm a boarding school product. I attended TASIS, the American school in Switzerland. My parents moved to Dubai back when Dubai was a one-horse, sort of one-hump camel town. And living here in the Netherlands and living in the US, between the two, it was important to find camaraderie and finding a group support. And at first I went through, I want to say Kate Berger was the first one that I had gone through with the the Expat Kids Club in Amsterdam. And that's an affiliate, of course, with FIGT. And she was warm and generous with her time. And then I, spoke with Judy, and then I spoke with you, Linda, and everybody just seemed that we're kind of all in this together, where we have backgrounds in history that work with global communities and really looking at ourselves for identity purposes. So when I say identity, I mean, where do we belong? What does our family unit look like? What does our socialization look like? Where do we see ourselves in the next 5 to 10 years? All these are pressing questions that I think that FIGT has really stepped up to the plate since my involvement, and found solutions and found people that have ears that are willing to listen and to help. So I think the basis of my involvement with FIGT is that it's a community of collaboration, and the people aren't territorial. They're not looking out for their own selves necessarily. They're looking at ability to collaborate, and that's why I brought Stephen into the mix, because it's all about collaboration. The type of model, the business model that we have is truly collaborative. No one takes ownership of a family. We work with the family for as beyond that oftentimes, and they want to work with us because we just want to make sure that the success stays with the family and there's healing for the family members. So I think to answer that question is just simply to say, FIGT is a community that I found, that I've extended to, various partners, and Stephen and Redcliffe is a partner of mine that I feel definitely has the same generous type of go-to power and to put this together and to help heal international families that are suffering. Stephen?
And for me, I would just echo that last part. My interest and appeal is, there's not a lack right now of need for support and services, and my interest and passion is in promoting well-being and health. And so, in that spirit of collaboration and working with Mark, I think the reason that's drawn me towards this community is I think there's a space here and an opportunity, and I think there's a need here for more information on how to do what we're doing, but do it within the highest quality and way where we can help promote flourishing and this experience be as rewarding as possible.
On behalf of FIGT, I really want to thank American Psychologist and you, Mark, and you, Stephen, for all you've done as a sponsor, and we just look forward to sharing all the good work that you do in the world. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Linda.
Thank you, Linda.
Bye-bye.